What's up, everybody? These are my opinion on the debate that was being held this evening. And the debate that I'm talking about is the debate between Council President Mary Sheffield and Pastor Kinlock, Solomon Kinlock. To start off, there are no permanent friends and enemies, and I was told that many, many years ago. And unfortunately, I have learned that there are no permanent friends and enemies. But one thing I do know is that in the famous words of Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go high. Let me tell you, I come on social media. I like to talk about different things, dating and, silly things many times. But when it comes to the law, when it comes to politics, that's something I'm very passionate about because I understand that those areas affect people's lives daily. And we can't have people to take the helm of that ship who are going to be emotional. What I heard tonight, I was really surprised. I was outdone. There were several questions asked. One is about, how do we keep the momentum of the city going? Pastor Kinlock says, well, I've been in your district and you have not even been there. Talked about the state of the union, a state of the youth, I'm sorry. Mary's been disingenuous to me and my church. We've helped you and your father. Okay, I didn't get that when you're discussing the infrastructure of the city with the water. We don't have to kiss the ring. There was an allegation that, well, you want to increase your pay, but you don't want to increase the pay of others when that was not even accurate. It was very good to hear them talk about what they've done in the community, providing laptops, doing wonderful things. That's what we need to focus on. This rhetoric, this back and forth, this banter, it's not good for anybody. It takes away from the real issue, and that is, how do we make Detroit safe? How do we provide jobs? How do we provide affordable housing and have trust in our elected officials? That's really what it was about. When asked about trust and transparency, asking for corporate tickets, asking corporation for tickets, and allegations from persons who got the tickets that they had to buy them from the council president, and integrity. Your inner circle is populated by cronyism with people found guilty of bribery, city officials. Change your company and your crowd, was his response. What about your ability to work with state, local, and federal government? When she's talking about my integrity, she's talking about her cooperative Robert Davis, and named him by name. I have 140 pages of pre-oppositional research, and I can smear you daily. You're attacking my church, me, my wife, and every good thing that I've done. Then he closes up by saying that we should work together, but you're too adversarial. Detroit is better than that. We don't need the rhetoric. We don't need the ability to, use words as bullets. We need action. And we need to be able to elect politicians who are going to leave that rhetoric alone and be able to talk about what's done. Let me tell you something about Pastor Kinlock. He is phenomenal. He started a very small church and built it to a mega church. If you ever attended there, it works like clockwork. Talk about the things that you've done with your church, which is phenomenal. When they talked about the interacting with the Kresge organization and other, organizations, that was the thing that really impressed me. When they talked about what they had done each to be able to give back to our youth, to be able to sow into the city. But going after each other and saying things like that. Granted, Mary had many, little pun things to say as well. But the issues for Detroit are bigger than that. They're bigger than I can, curse you out without using profanity. Words are like bullets. And once you let them go, you can't take them back. And they do a lot of damage. Whomever you decide to support, we need to understand that it's not, don't talk about it, be about it. And at the end of the day, it's not who you like, but who you are convinced can do the job under the pressure. But that kind of rhetoric, I was very disappointed. I don't believe that the issues were properly vetted out as they could be, because this banter, it just was unnecessary. I was very disappointed. And one thing that Councilwoman Mary Sheffield did say that Pastor Kinlock said, and I'll leave with this: you don't have to have building by destruction. You can't do that. And I was very disappointed. And I honestly know that this has been very emotional for him, because he's a wonderful person. That's not what we expect. That wasn't what I expected. So whomever you decide to vote for, make sure that there are people who can understand that this job brings a lot of responsibility, and you're going to be able to, you can't be emotion. Emotions are good for two things: to alert you to danger and to tell you when something is done, but never to lead by it. And quite frankly, I was very disappointed in this last debate. And I look forward to seeing what your comments are. Have a great evening.